Hello, and you wonderful, special, amazing, the wonderful people of wonderfulness. Yay! I am here. I'm just having my tablet. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Yes, I am here. We are going to cook. Cookie. I think we're going to finish off the last of the stewed steak, because that really did go well. The stewed steak and the potatoes. Potatoes have to cook like a happy thing. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday. It is Monday. Yes, it's Monday morning. Bloody hell, it's crazy. It's Monday morning. We are here with a happy time. Doo-dah. Right, so first part of the foodie thing. Foodie has to be done. I'm focused. Honest, I am focused. Hello, Bertie, you're beautiful. Where's my saucepan? I am going to go fetch a saucepan. Well, the saucepan needs me. It needs me. We have a full saucepan over here. And we have potatoes. Saucepan plus potatoes equals food. So we're going to have a little thingy about with this. There's so much going on at the moment. I'm trying to sort out exactly all the things that we need to do. Because there's so many little bits and pieces I've got planned for the channel. Now that we're all working together and we've created this wonderful little community. The weekends are always going to be a mess because of me doing the open mic and staying up to ridiculous hours for that. So the weekend is always going to be no schedule. It's like what happens will happen. Potatoes go in. I think this is enough potatoes. We'll do this. One more potato. One more potato on your head. We have a potato and it's not dead. So we shall put the potatoes away. The potatoes are ready to be cooked. Yes, they are. Embrace the potatoes. Potatoes. I shall put some liquid of happiness in it. Yes, Jason is very happy this morning. Happy and alive and awake. And so we're going to put the potatoes just straight on the thingy and put some filtered water in. And of course, potato. Tonight's our meal. I'm going to get some more of these beef and ale stews. They're pretty good product as well. So we're going to go there. Turn that on for a bit until it starts to boil and bubble. And the other part, we've got to just put this thing in. I think that was just someone going past, Beryl. Calm down. I mean, seriously. Just calm down a little bit. Right, the rest of the meal's in. Tomorrow we're going to cook something different. Mainly because we've run out of those. Hello, Anya. Anya, you wonderful special person of happiness, and hello, Bunby. But yeah, there's lots of things I've got planned for the channel. Like, On the VR side, I'm going to save up and get myself a custom avatar. I like my avatar, but I want a custom one with different outfits and different abilities. It's just going to be trying to find a good person to do that. I am alive and awake. The weekend is always crazy because of staying up for the Munchies show and everything and things like that. So the weekend is always a crazy time, and I will never have a schedule for that. But I am so lucky to have all of you. How are you doing, Runya and Bunby? How is your day going? Runya-chan, Runya-chan, Runya-chan. Runya. Runya is awesome, awesome and special. Today we are cooking a bit of stew over there, and we're doing mashed potatoes over there. Oh, yay! I gotta be the first one to hug you. I want that. That's got to be official. I want to be the first person to hug you when you've got your indexy kin. Yeah. Gotta be the first person to hug you. I got dibs on first hugging rights. Yeah, the index is still the best when it comes to comfort. Calm down, you two. Calm down. You're on the psycho. Let me check. I can check actually with my. I can check the front security and make sure that there's no one there. And I'm pretty sure that there's no one at the front door because no one knocked on the door or pressed the button. So let's go see what's going on in my front yard. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Bertie, Beryl, people are allowed to walk past my house. They're allowed to walk past my house. They are. I know you don't want them to, but they are allowed to walk past the house. So yeah. When you can. So we are thinking the streams are going really well, and I'm really liking implementing the VR into. I'm going to look into see if there's a better way to capture the VR. It's actually really hard to capture VR for flat screen because the simple fact is most of the time you're just capturing one eye. But if you don't just capture one eye with for OBS, then you're actually it's going to have issues because of the perspective and the weirdness. The weirdness and the perspective shall go. Right, so, is there any new ones? Let's go to Google. Best OBS. I'm looking for the most recent things on it. Yeah. I don't know whether there's any better versions than what I use. So what is up? So Bunby, I'm sorry that that it wasn't a good day for you. It sucks when you don't have a good day, Bunby. I mean, sadly, we both know shit happens. But at least we can be here for each other. Because we're here for both the bad days and the good days. Oh, I am going to go and turn this down so it doesn't go over the edge. Now it's... I think 6 is good. Yes, tomorrow is another day, and you are an awesome person. And we look after each other and things like that. So, my plan is to work out exactly the problem with me when it comes to an avatar in the chat. I want a really detailed avatar, but the brain's so, oh, I want this shiny and that shiny and this shiny, so it takes so much time. And I am really happy about my life at the moment. It's amazing to have all you friends and everything. Right, look. It's like so many awesome people. So many awesome people in the world today. So yeah, I went to bed too early last night. I went to bed way too early last night. I went to bed at about 8 o'clock because I was really worn out after the weekend. And which meant I woke up at 1 a.m. So I decided to go on VR and spend some time in a couple of the worlds and chat with people. And next time I think I know, it was 5 a.m. and I went to bed. It's amazing how that happens when you spend time with good people. All of a sudden, time just goes away. It's like a time machine. It's like Minecraft. Minecraft is a pure time machine. You start playing and all of a sudden, an hour and a half is just gone. Now, if some people can't handle the Java version of the game, even with the performance mods, it seems. So we might also add a Bedrock server. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. If more than one or two people want it, I will set up a Bedrock server on as well. The laptop seems to be perfect for doing Minecraft. It's having no issues. I want to add some more memory to it so I can enable and run my stuff that I need to run from there. My brain is working hard to go woof. Yeah, Beryl wants to come up. Oh, come here. Oh, come on. There we are. You tried phosphor. What's phosphor? What is phosphor? What we're talking about now? Beryl's on. Phosphor. You tried phosphor. I don't know what we're talking about now. You can't really go on there. The cable's too slippy. You'll fall over, Beryl. You'll fall over. But you can say hello to everyone, and then you'll have to come back off there. I know. You're going to find something for us. Runya's going to find something wonderful for us. You just want to look what's... You don't want to love or anything. You just want to see what's going on over there, don't you? This is you all over. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Yes. No. You cannot have my cuddly toys. You cannot have the Beanie Babies and that. I know you. You chew them up. You're a bad girl when it comes to toys like that. I remember when one of the Beanie Babies fell on the floor and you destroyed it within seconds. You're not nice to Beanie Babies and plushies. You are not nice to Beanie Babies and plushies. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No. You'll find them on the internet. Oh, down there. There we are. That's a good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Yes, you're going to both have food in a bit. I will put your food down, but I'm going to wait until my food's done so that you can have some of the stuff of mine. If you're happy and you're crazy, spend time with me. If you're happy and you're crazy, spend time with me. No, if you're happy and you're crazy, you're like me. If you're happy and you're crazy, you're like me. If you're happy and you're crazy, you're like me. If your brain is a Fruit Loop and you then you might just be like me. Yeah, I've got a really nice shader on mine. When we go to Chicken Soup and yeah, I've got no problem myself. I've got no problem myself because my setup is like it plays perfectly on mine except for that one crash. It may actually be in all the mods 8. The modding that we're using all 8 mod list. Yeah, let's have a see the mod list for all the mods 8. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so let's see what it's got. It's got P-H. It's pretty good. Potatoes are cooking. Potatoes are cooking and the stew is cooking, so it's the last one of those pre-made stews I've got to go with the potatoes. So that's what I'm having for. I'm going to have potatoes and a little bit of beef stew that's going to go on top of it, and that's going to be my lunch. No, it hasn't got the phosphorus on, but I don't have any performance issues. And most people don't have performance issues with the ones we've got set up on the server. Potatoes. How are you two feeling today, Fortigo? Fortigo G. Fortigo. Potatoes and potatoes. Yeah. If you're happy and you know, if you're happy and you know, if you're happy and you know it, and you really want to throw it again. Ooh, wonderful, wonderful. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'll need that. Can you pass that recipe to me through Discord and that, and then I will buy the items in. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do the card or a text post on the server. Brilliant idea. And then when I next do my shopping list, I will order in the items to be able to make it. And yay, we will have yayness. And we will make some. I will. The doggies are waiting for their food, but I'm going to let them wait because the food I'm going to have, they can have the gravy from it on their food. So it's going to be better for them if they just wait a little bit and be patient. The dogs have got to be patient. I mean, all the mods say it seems to work really well and doesn't. And unless your name is David, it doesn't make your computer into a jet engine. And let's face it, David only does when he loads 500 chunks just to see what it will do to his computer. Yeah. 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 So David's special when it comes to how he likes it. He complains that his computer sounds like a jet engine, and then he lets you know that he's just enabled 500 chunks loading on Minecraft. You did a little trolling. Yeah, he deserves it. He does. David, he's a lovely person, but he's just so crazy. That was the stew. The stew is done. Slovenian true. You know, Runya, the problem with David's got a really nice computer that he's saved up for the last 3 years. It's got and David's computer, he's got a 13900 KF or FK CPU. Really nice motherboard. Really nice everything. He's got a crappy little graphics card in there with it. But the thing is, he's got a really nice Be Quiet air fan in there. And Be Quiet fans are really good. It's for his heatsink for his CPU. And he keeps complaining that it sounds like a jet engine all the time. But he won't go into the BIOS. And yeah, a Dark Rock fans are amazing. But David won't go into his BIOS. No, it's it's the new generation, the 13900 KF. It's the latest gen of Intel CPU. And it's nice CPU, but he hasn't gone in his BIOS. Everything's on default. He won't go into his BIOS. and change the fan. Yeah, no, an Intel CPU, not GPU. And he won't go into the BIOS and change the settings for it. So his fans are running at basically 100%. And he won't go in and change it. And then he does stupid things with his computer. It was running at 100 centigrade, his CPU was. Yeah, the Noctua DH is fine, but I do like Be Quiet. I've always used Be Quiet fans. I mean, I'm using an Arctic all-in-one Freezer 2. One of the best all-in-ones you can get. It's beautiful, and my AMD 5900X doesn't ever go be higher than 69 Celsius. And that's if I'm pushing it. I like it being quiet. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what David does with his computer. And then he says, literally so loud his PC is that he can't hear us sometimes with headphones on. That's how loud. No Be Quiet fan should ever sound so loud that you can't hear people on your headphones. There's something wrong with your system. There's something wrong with the setup. He didn't build it himself. He was built by a shop near him. And he hasn't actually changed any of the settings or anything with it. He won't go into the BIOS and change the settings for the fans. Yeah. I think the place that he had that built the PC for him isn't very good because they didn't even include a driver for the wireless, the internet card in there. So he didn't have his drivers. Yeah. So I think either it's been built wrong and he needs it to be checked, or he just needs to actually go into the settings and take it off 100% mode. I'm on Wi-Fi. My server is on Wi-Fi. The Minecraft server is on Wi-Fi. Every computer in my house is on Wi-Fi. Yeah. Wi-Fi isn't like it used to be. I have 6G mesh set up in my house, and my entire house is covered and my entire backyard, and there is no latency difference at all with RJ45 cables because I've tested it. I have tested using RJ45 Ethernet cables, and there was actually no difference. I've never had a dropout due to wireless. The wireless in my house. Yeah. I mean, I've got my entire house is 6G and it rocks. In fact, it's fast. It's the crazy thing is it's faster transferring stuff via the Wi-Fi now to my Unraid server. I've used wireless for years. Runya, my expectations of you have gone down now. Sorry. Your assumptions, you know nothing about the system. And you are being very egotistical about it. It's a subject that you know nothing about. Wi-Fi these days can be extremely stable. And my knowledge, my opinion of your knowledge of computers has just gone through the floor because of what you've just said. And I know lots of network admins which would agree with me the way you've just said that. It's kind of sad, but okay. People are entitled to their opinions. But I just know who not to come to about things. Yeah. You see, I've got Cat7 cables as well. Cat7 cables are amazing. Of course, if you've only got like 1 gigabyte wired internet. Unfortunately, this house, I have to go wireless, unfortunately. My router is downstairs in the living room, connected to the actual outside connection. And my computer is upstairs in the bedroom. And wiring the house, this is in the house from 1926. It was different in the other house next door, in the other house from next door, because my router was in the same room as everything was. But in this house, it's different. Cat7 is wonderful. Cat7 cables. But in this house, the only thing that's on a Cat7 cable, actually no, three things in my house are on Cat7 cable. They're all in the living room. My TV, my PS3, and my Unraised server. They're the 3 things in the living room on Cat7 cables. Everything else in the house is on wireless. If you know what you're doing with wireless, it's really good these days. 5G, not so much because of the limitations. It doesn't work well with walls. But you can have a completely stable wireless and never even know that you're on wireless. They've got a thing. Upstairs in my bedroom, the streaming room, I've got a server, which is a Dell Latitude tablet. That server runs my game that's been running since. It's the latest iteration of a game that's been running since 1998. So it's been going for 20 years. This game has, in different iterations, and it is now using and it's now actually connected to the network via 6G, and people play that game from all over the world, and there's been no latency change. In fact, the whole point is, even the coder that works on it, the SSHs into the server to sort things out, and that has noticed no connection change with it. Yeah. Yeah. And then we've got the server that is running the actual Minecraft server, which is running on 6G. That's wireless as well. And then my main PC in the main bedroom, in the main room, that I do all my streaming with, and VR and everything, and that's wireless. So yeah, I would have said a couple of years ago, yeah, Wi-Fi was unstable if you don't get the right equipment. But you've got to remember, hospitals have been using Wi-Fi for like 5-10 years. My Wi-Fi is, first of all, it's a Draytech business router. Really nice business router, Draytech. That I don't use the wireless on it though. I use a version of the BT Open World mesh server, which runs off these disk meshes, which pretty much cover the entire house in a secure network. So my entire house is covered in a mesh, and with really good strength. I've got one in the living room, one in the kitchen, one in the thingy, and it all triangulates. So it's a custom BT Open World 1 that I'm running, not one of the named brands, which is the best one I've found up to now. Yeah, my Microtech, good, yeah, Draytech. I don't need a software firewall on my computers or anything, because I've got a Draytech, which has like not the bad kind of military grade, but the good kind of military grade OPSEC security system. This is what Runya. The reason I took offence at what you said, Runya, I like you a lot. The reason I took offence at it is because someone like you, who people will come to about technology, if you blanket say that Wi-Fi is crap, when you've just admitted that you haven't looked into it as much as others, you are propagating this idea that Wi-Fi is bad. And that's something you yourself should know you shouldn't do. That's why I took offence at it, because this happens. People will come to you because you've got a lot of knowledge about computers. And if you blanket say that Wi-Fi is crap, or shit on anybody who says they use Wi-Fi because you personally thingy, then that's a bad thing, and you know that yourself. You have a lot of knowledge when it comes to PCs, and people will come to you, and blanket statements like that is a very bad thing. Some people have no choice but to use Wi-Fi, and if you try to tell them that it's going to be bad and crap and that they won't have a good connection, it's going to be unstable, without knowing their system and what they're using in their system and how viable it is, then you're as bad as a Intel groupie saying that Intel is the best computer, and I've never tried AMD. It's very like that. So that's why I shot you down. Doesn't mean I don't like you a lot. You're an awesome person. I do like you a lot. I think you're wonderful. But when you make a blanket statement like that, you disqualify yourself in so many ways, and you do a disservice to yourself and to everybody you're going to help in the future. You've acted, yeah. That's her loss. Oh, she's still here. Yeah, I'm glad you're still here, Runya. Because people like you and me, Runya, we have a responsibility when we're trying to help people. If we propagate something like that without knowing, it is very like those people who only run Intel systems and totally discount. Yay, there's and totally totally discount AMD. Now, me and you, Runya, know that AMD CPUs and what AMD has done these last few generations is amazing. But you will have people out there that won't recommend AMD. Yeah. So we have to be very aware when we're giving help like that, because especially with wireless versus wired. Yes, years ago it was bad. Oh yeah, an Epic CPU, they're freaking stunning systems. They kick the ass of anything Intel out there. I would love to have an Epic one and set up all my servers on an Epic. It would be like awesome, but God, the cost. But yeah, they're amazing. AMD has just punched through with stuff, yeah. It's like a lot of people don't understand how much more intelligent AMD CPUs are. For example, let me just grab, I'm going to just grab, yeah. I'm just going to grab something and download a little program and show you something. Right, I'm going to show you something on the screen now. Because oh, I can't on this one, but it's no good on this one. But you've seen me run my core temp. And the wonderful thing. Right, let's just take that down as I want to. We're talking about CPUs and AMD CPUs and how they're better than Intel. And the thing is this, Intel is playing catch up. But if you leave an Intel CPU, if you don't overclock an AMD CPU, one of the newest generation ones, the 5th gen, the 6th gen, the 7th gen ones, and you just turn them on, an AMD CPU actually calibrates itself. What does that mean? When you turn on, when you're overclocking a Intel CPU, it's very arbitrary. But if you've got, and I don't know if you've seen this run yet, but if you've got one like the 3900 or the 5900, like mine 5900X, when you first plug it into your motherboard and turn it on, it figures out, it calibrates itself and figures out which is the best core, because all cores are not equal. No matter what CPU you've got, all cores are not rated equal. And AMD CPUs will calibrate themselves and find the most powerful core. The core that can go faster than the other cores. So for example, I've got 12 cores and 24 threads on my 5900. Yeah, you've got the same one as me. Now, my primary core is called Fred. Why do I call it Fred? Because if you look at my system when it's running and you bring up core temps to watch them, you will actually see, you should actually get the core temp software. And what happens is this, is it calibrates itself. So the AMD software, AMD operating system with OS within the actual motherboard figures out which is the most in tune, the most highest rated core on your chip. And it will send any single threaded process to that one. You will see on mine it's like Core 4. Core 4 can reach a slightly higher gigahertz than the rest of the cores. So if there's a single threaded high intensity task, the AMD processor will send it to that. Yeah. Yeah. I am streaming on Wi-Fi now. And that's kind of cool when you watch it happen, when it figures out which is the best one. Yeah, you sort of sung on the server. I think it was a song. I think it was a song that Zerenixite was doing in the actual chat. I think he was typing in the lyrics to a song that he was listening to. Zerenixite. But yeah, AMD CPUs are light years ahead at the moment. And Intel is playing catch up because for many years Intel was the best and it rested on its laurels and didn't put any effort in and just sort of raised 5% on top of everything. That explains it, Zerenixite. That explains it. Yeah, that explains it. That explains it completely. Yeah. And so I moved. I mean, the only thing that Intel is doing better, Runya, is its I want to show you this little laptop here. I don't think I've got an Nvidia card, but I don't like the way Nvidia is acting. They're being idiots. Let me just install core temperature on this system and show you something. This is an Intel CPU in this laptop, and I want to show you how it is. So we're going to just install. Right, so I'm going to show you this CPU that we are running OBS. Watch, I'm going to show you this CPU. Let's grab the window. Properties. So this is let me bring this over here. Right, so actually I've got you on the wrong thing. Let me delete that one. We need it on properties. There, that's better. Right. So yep, it's supposed to be that hot. This entire laptop runs at 65 watts or less. It is using the new Tiger Lake i5-1135. It's got the built-in Iris graphics chip. And this is running OBS. I can game on this. Anything, I can't do AAA titles, of course, on this. But this is a beautiful little thingy. And this entire laptop here that we do the kitchen streaming on and everything. And yes, built-in graphics, but remember this, it's an Iris. It's not the old integrated setup. It's the Iris. Look into the Iris. The Iris is amazing. I can play The Long Dark. I can stream on this system, a 65-watt system. I can game on it. I can play Skyrim on it. What? I can run Skyrim, modded Skyrim. I can run on this system with that thing. It is freaking amazing system. It kicks ass. Watch, I'll show you. I will show you that. We're streaming here. I can start up my modded Skyrim on here and play it. I have over 190 games running on this system. Yeah. Yeah, it's built in. Now we're going to have to let it kick in. Now we're going to have a little bit of stutter while the game starts up. And I'm going to have to just... So, Iris. Now you gotta think, I'm running cameras at the same time. This is running at 50 FPS on an Intel integrated over there. No, this is just a normal Samsung. Yeah. That's because I've got it full screen, which I shouldn't have it full screen, and I shouldn't have the cameras on at the same time. So let's just... Yeah, OBS is having the problem, not the actual game. The thing is, the wonderful thing is about this is, this laptop, 65 watts, can run anything up to Skyrim. I can play Mass Effect. Mass Effect 3 runs on this. And all it's got is the Intel i5. Yeah, we're cooking totas. Potatoes and stew. Sorry, I didn't notice what you were saying. Yeah. You're not dying. Well, hopefully you're not dying. That's a bad thing. But yeah. So it's Windows 10. It's basically, well, sorry, this is Windows 11 actually. It's even worse. So the efficiency isn't there, but still this little i5 with eight threads and 4 cores and an integrated graphics kicks out. Yeah. Yeah. No, not the graphic. The graphics card is good as once they've got the driver sorted. Yeah. The Intel. I need to turn this up. I need to wipe that down. A little bit of... There we go. So we've got the mash, we've got the potatoes. But yeah, you've got to think. I have done 65 watt gaming streams in this room and gamed on this little laptop, which is, let me show you. It's just a little basic cheap. It's a little tiny thingy, and I'm running 3 cameras through. Remember, yeah. Food's just about done. More spirit fungus. So this system is can run a game, or 3. I've got 3 cameras going. I've got a 1080p camera watching the potatoes. I've got a 1080p camera on the chopping board over here. And I've got the main 1080p camera here. We're doing that on an i5 65 watt system. Yeah, I think he's talking about mushies. What are you talking about? Any Touhou game? What are Touhou games? I have no idea what Touhou games are, Zeronite. You haven't shown me what they are. What do you mean? How see, Vampire Survival. Is that... I like Vampire Survival and I like... Let me find Touhou game. What? I don't see any game on Steam called that. I have no idea what. I don't see it on. I don't see it on. Oh no, not going to play it then. Now I do play Vampire Survivor, which is classed as a bullet hell, but it's one that's pretty mellow, and Nomad Survivor is also classed as a bullet hell. Both those games, Nomad Survivor. Nomad Survival. Look for Nomads of Nomad Survival and is a really good one. Okay, we've got to focus on the food. We've got to focus on. We've got to do the mash. We've got to do the mash. We've got the mash. We need to add some. We need to add some. Oat milk. I can't have normal milk. Oh, I did that wrong. I didn't drain. Let's drain first. Drain first because you've got to drain. There's too much liquid in there. Drain first. Drain first. Be a good person. Be a focus, Jason. That's it. Little bit of that. Not too much. Don't want too much. I'm for draining chickens, potatoes with fish on their gravy. And I can't use butter, so I use. So this will be the last day I do this stew. It's the last one of these stews I've got. So tomorrow we'll be making something different. Don't know what I'm going to make tomorrow, but we'll make something different. I've got the blowing bubbles. Many bubbles in the air. They fly so high, right up to the sky. And then they fall down. I think the Intel GPUs once they've got the drivers sorted, I think they might be very good up to a medium level. I think it's going to take a while for them to get it sorted, but I do think that Intel GPUs, it's nice to have a third option, because the sucky thing is Intel have made some missteps with the new series of graphics cards. It's really silly. They've really made a misstep with the. Have you heard the problems with the latest AMD ones? Calm down, Serenite. Calm down. Don't make me put you into timeout. Okay, I'm going to put you in timeout. The latest 7000 series of GPUs, the latest 7000 GPUs are having real problems. They're melting, basically. We think the NVIDIA ones are going bad, but literally, and this is the thing, Gamer Nexus and that, and all that, I've done videos on it and teardowns them. And the problem is this: the reference versions of the 7900s, if you use them, if you don't use them, if you use them vertical, you're okay. But if you use them side on, which most people do, their vapor chambers can have vapor lock, and basically the temperature goes through the roof and wrecks, and it basically thermal throttles down to nothing because you got no. It's really weird. They've made a real mess with them, and they're not sorting it out. Yeah, have a look on Gamers Nexus about it and that. Gamers Nexus on YouTube and that. Yeah, it's really, they've really screwed up with the latest versions. They've messed up. See, this is the thing. Hey, Intel Intel and Nvidia won't mess up AMD. AMD might mess up themselves. That's sucky. So tomorrow we'll be cooking something different because this is the last of the stew. This is the last of the stew. And of course the doggies are going to get some of this. But the doggies are awesome. But there we are. Yay. Yummy. It's just put some cold water into this and stir this around, and the doggies are going to get this gravy on their food. Or the doggies should get food. Yeah. So AMD CPUs are amazing, but they trip themselves up, which is silly because Nvidia screwed themselves with the new Nvidia ones as well, with the power cables and that problems and the pricing. So it's kind of crazy that AMD has also tripped itself up and screwed itself a little bit. So yeah, that's going to be my thingy, and I'm going to give the dogs their food first. The dogs have their food now. Doggies want foodie. Put the doggies foodie in. I know. You've been waiting a while and you wanted your foodies. The doggies get their foodie, which is dry food plus some wet food on top. So the doggies get food. Can you let me get past 30? I've got to put your food out. So the doggies get food. Right, put the rest of this in the fridge. And you put all of this stuff that's left of the potatoes and everything. For the doggies. There we are, doggies. You can get it in yummies. Eat. So yeah. So I'm sorry for upsetting you, Runya. I just very much believe that people like us, who people will go to for technology and that, we really can't do blanket things like that about wireless. We just can't do it because we've got to remember that what we tell people, they believe, and they will go on with it. And the reason I came down on you so hard is because you are someone who I see as someone who knows a hell of a lot about tech. If you were just a normal person who had said that, I wouldn't have come down on you, but you know a lot about technology. You are like me. You are a lot into the technology, so that's the only reason that I hold you to a higher standard because you do know about these things. Yeah, yeah. And it can suck, yeah. If you do it right, it can be wonderful. Oh God, yeah, those the Wi-Fi modems that you get from internet providers are chronic, absolutely chronic. It really is chronic. I mean, yeah, it's they're like cheapest of the cheap. But if you get a good one, you can really kick ass with it. So I'm going to eat now. Bertie, 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 are you going to? Just, come here, Bertie, 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 Bertie. Over here. Bertie, over. Bertie, this. How can I say it? For some reason, Beryl likes to eat Bertie's stuff now. She's like crazy about it. Hello, Harry's Raw. Yay. I'm good. We've just cooked some food. And that I'm going to go in a minute and eat it. The dogs are eating their food. And generally having a good morning. I was up most of the night on lunches. How's your day going, Harry? We've been chatting about computers and hardware and things. Yeah. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll just check how Harry's doing. I want to know how Harry's doing before I log off. Oh, what kind of exams? What kind of exams are you taking in February? If you don't mind me asking. Oh wow. So what are you going in for? What kind of special have you thought about specializations or what you want to be in that kind of area? I don't know if it's like where I am, but when you finish, you can go into a rotation, so you can try out all the different places. Don't know if you're at a teaching hospital or what. Well, yeah, yeah. I think one of the things you can do once you've got to a certain level, you do sort of a rotation. You can do a 6 months of psychiatry, 6 months of in the renal wards, and so on and so forth. And you can just then it's a good way of finding out what you want to specialize in at that point. I think that's why they do. That's what they do at our local teaching hospital. Anyway, well, good luck on that. We need more people. We definitely need more people in there. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing when you go into that and do that, because you, yeah. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. So yeah, you'll go through that normal system of it. But yeah, we do need more people in this kind of thing. GPs and and surgery and that. They're all fascinating and wonderful. And you'll get to do your stints in different ones and then figure out what fits you. So good luck on that. Yeah, I can imagine the exams are going to be stressful as hell. You take care of yourself. Okay, so I'm going to go and eat now because this is my foodie. This is my food. I'm having stew on top of a potato. Stew on top of mashed potatoes. That is my foodie. Bye bye for now, you wonderful people. You are all awesome.